Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the Zine Team stream, Homebrewed. It's fine.
Fine.
So,
This is fine.
we have back with us again, Jay, Anklebiter, our Goblin Barbarian, Zom, Sassy, the Tiefling Ranger, and her pet flying snake, Noodle, Mira, Granny Locke, the Tiefling Druid, and Holly, Barry, the Tiefling Warlock. So last time, our fearless adventurers walked out of the mists, and they were told they were in a place called Kartakis by a handsome man with a beard and a big bard's hat. They settled around a campfire for a while. Then eventually they went on their way. They found an astronomer's tower. Don't worry about it. He fell down the stairs. I've been assured.
He fell down some stairs. That's it.
I'm just saying.
Wasn't.
It's probably still manslaughter. But
He's very clumsy.
you guys are going to get him resurrected. You coaxed a priest out of his office. He was very frightful of possessed people, as one of them attacked him. Following one of the leads he had, you dug up a corpse and saw it was disfigured in a way similar to the corpse of the person who attacked him. And that is where we left off last time. Twillin was there as well. She disappeared into the mists. Also probably not something to worry about. She didn't mention a cult at all.
We can pretend we didn't hear that. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Period.
What would you guys like to do? There was some talk about sleeping, following more leads. What would you guys like to do?
Are we currently looking at a dead body yet?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
Did we move on? Okay. Then I would like to not sleep on top of the dead body.
I suppose I didn't mean right here, right now.
I know.
You have to roll for that. It's a dexterity check.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember exactly where we had left off because I have a bad memory, and I was like, wait, we left off with a dead body. Did we move on from that? Is he asking us to... Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm being tangent and stupid.
Oh, so we've got the dead body, and it's got the hole in its chest, right?
Yes.
And is there anything else that we noticed about it, or anything else in the grave or the
Can
coffin?
we maybe make investigation perception check?
You can make an investigation or perception check or a medicine check if you want to examine the body.
Ooh, I have really good medicine.
I have that.
Oh boy. I'm afraid to roll.
So you said investigation or medicine?
Investigation, perception, or medicine. They'll all give you different things.
Alright, for medicine, I rolled 10.
10? Okay.
I'm putting this dice away because...
Granny, you actually get an advantage on a medicine check because you noticed something about the last body.
Oh, thank you. I'm rolling a different die.
I got a 22 total for perception.
Oh, boy.
22 total for medicine.
Okay.
Nice.
This die is the one we're using tonight.
Can I then separately roll for investigation again because I rolled a 9, but I didn't really choose what I was rolling for? Or are you going to be... It's fine.
No, if you
don't
rolled,
have to.
you rolled.
Yeah.
Okay. But with 22s in both those, you're going to get all the information you can anyway. So,
Yes.
Granny, you notice that this body has similar spores in it to the last corpse you found. The one of the grave digger. You would say, based upon this, the same thing definitely made the hole. And because this person has been dead for so long, the wound is fresher than the corpse. This is not what killed him.
Okay, because that's what I was going to ask. Like, does this body look like it's been buried since 700? Okay.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like it's been buried that long. Like, for 700 years. You'd say it's been buried for 100 years, so maybe the calendar here is different.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure.
I
That's
don't like that.
Sassy.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
with your perception check, this body was definitely recently dug up, and the person who took it out of the coffin did so masterfully. Like it takes you a minute of it takes you a couple minutes of looking at all this to find where the crowbar marks are. Like, whoever did this was meticulous to make sure it did not look like the coffin had been disturbed in any way.
Okay, so definitely somebody that has perhaps skill with removing bodies from graves. I'm sure they're a great person.
I'm reading my notes and they are useless, so that's nice. I literally wrote Father Broom Broom. I'm certain that wasn't his name.
His name was Father Broom.
Oh, okay.
It's not Broom Broom.
So I don't know about y'all, but I find this whole situation with this grave being sort of freshly tampered with and this body with this weird hole in it a bit suspicious. Did y'all want to check out what's in Mr. Gravedigger's hut? See if maybe we get any clues why he went all addled and crazy and tried to kill somebody with a shovel?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I thought it was bed in his hut. His hut that is now ours.
Well, yeah, because
Should we put-
if we go investigate the hut and then we can maybe sleep in the hut.
Sorry, that's me.
It's like, who got my voice?
No, that's... I tried to open...
did that too. I was like...
Tried to open Twitch on my phone.
No,
So
no.
it says you can manage the thing. I wanted to see what that meant. Apparently it just plays it. So sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying that, like, if we... Because, like, we should go investigate the hut, and then if we need to do a sleepy sleep, and we can just be in the hut, and then we're in a hut, and my phone's going off. And then we don't have to worry about, like, I don't know, weather or maybe something or a monster, like, sneaking up on us because we aren't, like...
Well, I would maybe try to figure out where these weird spores that Granny found came from before we just lie ourselves down in some place.
No. I mean, like, if we go... The hut seemed like it was a good place to investigate, and we're sleepy. So if we investigate the hut, and then we be sleepy, then in the morning we'll have a fresh mind and be able to reassess all of the information that we've discovered.
I like what she's saying, but shouldn't we put old Musty back in his hole in case he decides he wants to get back up again?
I shove him back in the hole and start filling it in.
Flop. Dirt.
That works.
Dirt.
But yeah,
Dirt.
so Sassy, you see, like, our granny, she really needs a nap. She's not as young and as spry as she used to be. It's hard, man. You old? Do you know what old is like?
You?
Granny, tell them about old. You know what old is like.
Everything hurts, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And I take kind of offense to that if you weren't so right.
I'm sorry.
It has been
Ah,
a
it's
while since you
fine.
guys
Old is
slept.
like. Yeah, I'm
You-
sleepy.
Technically never healed from the combat you did 2 episodes ago. So,
All right. Well, while they're messing around with the corpse, then I want to go start investigating Gravedigger's shack.
okay. Investigation or perception check, please.
Okay.
Can I I want to tell Hank, you put the body back in the hole, make sure he's tucked in nice there with the dirt and all. I'm going to go follow Pink One over there and see what I can find.
Yay!
Not you.
As Granny starts walking away,
The other one.
forgets the chain is attached to her and just kind of drags me a little bit until I pull on it,
Once I
drags her
realize
back a little bit. We're very tired.
Barry is really upset that she's not considered the pink one. Just saying.
Once I realize I'm being dragged away, I'll release him.
Quick release.
So
Leash.
I got a 22 for perception here.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, investigation.
Okay.
I see all.
You see a lot. Sadly, there's not much to see. The first thing you notice is dude never took a shower. His house is rank.
Oh.
Ooh.
Definitely just that he didn't take a shower, or does it maybe smell like rotting flesh?
No, it doesn't. It smells.
Just smell like spores.
It smells like dirt.
Okay.
Lots of dirt. Some like you can see he has tools, so it kind of smells like metal a little bit too, but mostly dirt. Everything's kind of covered in dirt. You think you look down and you're like, oh, it's a dirt floor, and then you look again and no, there's a floor underneath this layer of dirt. He's got like a straw sack for a bed, and there's room in here for all four of you if you want to sleep. You could probably want to push some dirt aside. But
it's like a broom that I can sweep with.
There is a broom. It is pristine. It has never been touched.
Still in the packaging.
Someone open a window in here. My senses are dulled, but I could smell this from a mile away.
Is that all I noticed? Just a lot of dirt.
Yeah, other than that, it looks like a lonely dude's shack. There's Hungry Man dinners, a couple books that have been like half read, and he's like, I'll get back to those. He's never getting back to them. It's kind of sad, actually.
I mean, not now.
Pile of mail that he hasn't read.
So I got a 15 on my check, but I guess that doesn't matter now.
For perception investigation?
Yeah, I did perception.
Yeah, everything I said is on. You also notice.
Could she have perceived anything outside, maybe, or is there nothing of note?
There's nothing of note other than more digging tools. Lots of digging tools. If you ever need a digging tool, here's some picks.
Boy, that sure would have been useful a little
wheelbarrow.
Minute ago.
What was
okay,
that?
But there's definitely no evidence of the spores or any kind of dangerous thing in here. Okay, so I think if y'all want, we can just take this here really nice broom. That's the nicest thing in here, and just kind of sweep some of this dirt off the floor, and we could probably get some rest if we need it.
Sassy, I have a thing, and I cast prestidigitation to clean up.
Okay.
Okay.
And
it takes you 15 castings of prestidigitation, but you get there. It's a lot. It's a lot. And the room looks...
By the end of it, Barry's just like...
The room looks a lot nicer now. It's a lot cleaner.
There's pink sparkles. It's so clean.
Have I finished reburying the body yet?
Yes.
I walk into the room and it smells like dirt again.
I was just saying, he just tracks dirt in on the room we've just freshly cleaned. Of course. Now, Hank, you go back out and you wipe your feet.
Hank, you're the last one into the room?
Yes.
You feel Gary starts to push up against you like he comes inside now. This is where he lives.
I thought we left Gary back at the... Okay, Gary's here now. All right.
Gary followed you no matter where you left him.
Perfect. That's actually amazing.
This is the best ox ever.
Words I never thought I'd say in my life.
Keep up with this, and I'm going to be really sad when I have to eat him. I'm still going to do it, but I'm going to be sad about it.
Well, I mean, that's character development. Barry will would have cast prestidigitation after Ankh led a bunch of mud through the house, so she would have been
food for someone.
That probably would have, he would have been in range of that.
Sure, you probably would have inadvertently cleaned off part of Ankh.
I'm not sorry. I'm very happy about this.
Go back outside, roll around in the dirt, and then just back in again.
It's how elephants get clean. It has to work.
This is just gonna
funny.
keep it.
Not wet. Barry gives up and curls up in the corner with her familiar in cat form.
Okay.
And tries to get...
Yeah, are we sleeping now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you guys... How do you want to do this? Do you all want to... How do you want to do this?
If Granny can, she'll take watch because she didn't actually lose any hit points, just a couple of slots, so she's fine.
Okay.
So she'll just like squat there with like her staff in her hands, kind of like meditating, but also trying not to fall asleep.
If you go the entire night without sleeping, you will have a level of exhaustion in the morning. You guys have been awake that long. So you can take shifts for watch if you're concerned about that, and then everyone can get the sleep. It's just you pick a watch order and you each do 2 hours.
I would like to
That would be preferable to a level of exhaustion. I will take the first one.
Okay.
I volunteer as tribute.
I can take second watch.
Okay.
Dude, that's so 2010. God.
I was about to say, it's a really old reference.
I guess it works because you're an old woman.
I quite enjoyed the movie about child murder.
What's a movie?
Okay.
It's like
Granny, then Sassy,
Mm-hmm.
then no more watches.
We're just gonna trade off the two of us.
you can try and break Barry, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, is that a challenge?
Okay.
If you kick her, you're getting cleaned again.
Oh, I'm not gonna kick her then.
Don't provoke him.
You will get cleaned. You should be cleaned.
It's okay, I can read dirty real easily. Very muddy outside.
No other watches? Okay.
So I'll take third then.
Okay.
It's just, you
third.
know what? We'll just switch off.
Well, that's going to take longer, but yeah, okay. If you do 3, that's enough. Okay. So, Granny, Sassy, and Ank, can I get perception checks, please?
We will. Okay, that rolled on by the dice and split.
13.
Oh, boy. Why do I keep rolling 6s? That would be a 10.
Okay. Ank?
So I'm busy taking little dabs of mud just outside the door and drawing on Sleeping Barry's face.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. The night goes by uneventfully.
Why do you hate me?
Sure, that's fine.
Oh, I hate you. You're just fun to mess with.
What would you guys like to do in the morning?
When I wake up, does anyone notice that I have mud on my face? Or tell me?
Granny probably screams a little bit. Like, ah!
I just realized my familiar can talk to me. She would probably be like, "You
Your familiar can talk to you. She can...
got yeah."
Telepathy.
She'd be like, "Hey, your face is like real musty," and I'll be like,
kind of lick her paw and kind of try and clean you a little bit.
And then she casts Prestidigitation to cover Ankh and glitter.
Oh, not to clean yourself? Okay.
And like, no, she cleans herself normally, but casts Prestidigitation on him. So he has glitter, and since I imagine he's a pretty greasy boy, it like clings to his skin, and it really hurts.
Okay.
I hate glitter. Like a glitter bomb, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that we're all fabulous, now that we've all rested and everything, does anybody want to go check out the mayor's house? Because that's where we were supposed to go next, right? The mayor's house where the comet fell and he's possibly possessed. I think that was our second clue.
That was, yeah, if that's what you guys like to do.
Sassy,
Sounds
honey.
good to me.
You're forgetting.
Rolling around in the mud outside, and I am trying to get the glitter off so hard.
Does the glitter come off?
It's covered.
It works.
Glitter never comes off.
Yeah.
Even after the effect ends, it will... You
No.
will forever find
No,
just
it'll
2
in,
pieces.
And I'll just still keep finding like little bits forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it is
5
mostly...
sessions later, you're gonna find one on your armpit.
Just
Like,
one here for the rest of your life,
Ugh.
and then it moves. But Sassy, we haven't had breakfast. I want to have breakfast. And then she goes and grabs some like dried fruits out of her bag.
Okay.
Starts numbing on, and hands out some like crackers. It's like, hey, breakfast.
After breakfast, what would you guys like to do?
So are we going to the mayor's house? Is that
what you'd like?
we in agreement?
I'd like what old
Unless anybody else has other plans.
Well, it's not like there's a whole lot we can do until that wizard wakes up again.
Dig a tiny hole to bury a freshly picked, clean squirrel skeleton that was breakfast.
Well, you gave it a proper burial. It's all that
I
squirrel.
mean, we are next to a cemetery.
The king of squirrels. That's all.
Even because we're next to the cemetery, just like as a joke, I found like a little scrap of wood or something, gave it a tiny zone.
You guys did it. You killed the Dark Lord of Kartakas. It was that squirrel.
He was delicious.
We won D&D.
You did it, guys.
Again.
I'm so proud of you. I'm glad I could just be here to witness it. But okay.
I rolled to win D&D and I rolled a 19. What do I add to that?
It's actually a minus. You have minus 15 to win D&D. It's a hard check.
Rude.
What? No, everyone does. It's universal. It's a hard check. You're not supposed to win D&D.
Fine.
There are lots of videos about it.
No, I know that.
So when you go outside, it's like the first scene from Beauty and the Beast where Belle is running around town singing, but it's everyone. Everyone is singing
I hate this town.
a song about, getting water or that book they like and how they're so much better than everyone else. Belle. Or how smithing is very fun and how this place is great.
Like, yeah, I got fish.
Sassy's so into it. She's just like, just dancing to everybody's song.
Barry
Like...
runs up and starts singing to like butterflies as they go by.
Okay.
She's so at home in this Disney movie world and goes to the baker to see if they'll give her like free pie because the baker always gives people free pie.
He sings a little tune and hands you a roll. It's like a sweet roll, Yeah.
Are these people like cursed or something?
I think
This doesn't seem right.
This doesn't seem natural.
I'm too old for this.
They are a tad chipper than you would normally find in the street.
Hate this town, guys. Hate it so much.
Can we possibly, have an idea that maybe there's something magical going on here? Because this doesn't seem right.
Yeah,
you can make an insight check, yeah.
Or...
Okay. Do I have good insight? I have no idea.
I have insight.
I'm just going to roll and figure it out in a sec.
That is a 14.
Ooh,
okay.
Not great.
22.
Hang on. 11.
Sassy coming in with the big rolls.
Yeah, geez, Sassy. Okay. Sassy, this is everyday life here.
This is very average.
This is what these people do. You see a couple people are grumpily closing shutters, but they're secretly into it.
I noticed that Sassy's looking around wait, is this real or what? And I'm like, Sassy, please tell me that this is life here. Is this what it's like? These people are just like this? Please?
Well, I don't get the impression they're putting on a show just for us.
Can we stay here? I want
No.
to stay here.
I think we'd give Ankh an aneurysm.
Yes.
There you go. Ankh doesn't have to stay. I found my true home.
Bye then.
As you guys are kind of discussing amongst yourselves, you hear like as if a wave. The songs just kind of slowly stop down the street, and you hear someone scream.
I run to the scream.
Singing
That
stuff.
there sounds like a call for help.
Okay.
I ran to the scream. I'm running to the scream.
Okay.
The scream is me. He's running.
You see
Yeah.
a crowd gathered around something.
No.
Mhm.
I'm gonna push through. I want to see what.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, Granny's gonna hobble after her, like pushing her way through. With
Yeah,
her stick.
Sassy was there.
I
pretty
move at
quick
the
as
speed
well.
of Granny as I am currently tethered.
You see a
Moving at the
corpse
speed of Granny.
with a scimitar sticking out of its back.
Huh.
Granny, make a perception check, please.
What was that?
Make a perception check, please.
Okay. I didn't hear what that was for.
Yeah, sorry.
I think I know what it is, and I think I hate you for it.
Okay.
Oh
But
no.
I'm thinking.
Oh no.
I'm nervous.
11.
That's your scimitar. That's dust.
Remember when the night passed uneventfully?
You hear someone yell, "It was her!" And like, "J'accuse!" Like you are being pointed at by two individuals.
I like look around at Granny and I gasp with tears in my eyes.
But that can't be true. She was with us just over there.
Yeah, she looked after me while I was sleeping, and she did really
The
good to
two
me. She
individuals
just
who are
candy
pointing at you are Jurgi, the priest, and Thul Arksum, the wizard you killed.
Of course.
Sassy won't survive in prison.
Well, Granny is actually, like, she's just, like, very, very kind of baffled by the situation. She doesn't know what to do. She's just kind of, like, looking around, like, not knowing what to say at all. She doesn't know if she should defend herself. She doesn't know, like, she kind of knows that these people won't believe her, so she's just, like, standing there in shock. Almost like, you know, she was alone for so long, and now she doesn't know how to behave in this situation.
I'm looking at rules.
Jurgi will say, "That's your scimitar. I saw it." And he'll kind of point to the crowd like, "I saw her with it. It was her." And Thrall...
I'm still tethered to Granny, right?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Because I'm probably going to try to charge Jurgi. Says that.
Okay.
Oh.
No. I mean, it might be her scimitar, but she was over there with us. I mean, she wasn't in the same place as her scimitar.
So
We're just going to let these strangers come into town and murders. They already hurt Thrall. He came to the church in such a battered state. And Thrall will nod his head. And he's got like a big like Civil War bandage across his head. Like,
No, he didn't. He didn't come.
Okay, if Ank's is gonna try to charge at Jurgi, she's gonna like let him go.
Okay.
She's not gonna let herself be dragged with him, and she's just gonna kind of like move towards the body, like not even perceiving anything that's happening, like the crowd around her. She's gonna like move towards it and see if she can like figure out anything upon closer inspection.
Okay.
She's still like horrified.
sure.
Like she doesn't know what to.
I
And
want Sassy
you
to
definitely
stick
did not
close
do
to
this.
Granny.
I mean, I don't want to like.
I hope
You
not.
100% didn't. So okay.
Quick question.
I want Sassy to stick next to Granny, almost like she wants to keep like the crowds away from her. She's not. No weapons are drawn. No weapons, but like,
about that.
Yeah, she's dropped her stick too. She doesn't have it on in her head.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do I recognize the corpse?
You recognize it as someone you passed in town
Oh, right.
yesterday,
Okay. I
but
was wondering if it was maybe Father Broom. I was like,
it is not Father Broom. No.
okay.
You guys would have
Where's
noticed
Father
that
Broom?
Father Broom left town about when you walked. You saw him get on his horse and kind of clop away.
Oh, yeah.
So his horse was about as
Well,
old as he
where-
was, so it wasn't going very fast. But
wait, real quick, is Gary safe back in the hut?
Gary is slowly walking towards you guys.
No, Gary.
This is only gonna.
Had to ask.
Gary sees the crowd and people pointing at you, and if he had hands, he would be pointing at the middle distance and waving, and he kind of just slowly starts to turn right. I see my friend over there. I got a long time. I gotta go.
Back away slowly. Okay, good. Gary has sense, more sense than.
About the state of Jurgi's kneecap.
Okay, so you would like to make an attack at Jurgi.
Yep.
Make an attack at Jurgi.
Oh no, it's gonna be.
He's like an D&D priest.
While
so
he's-
I'm sure.
While he's
This
rolling,
is not gonna. This is not gonna go. No.
While he's rolling, is there any dust on the floor, or is it all like muddy or cobbly?
It's cobbly.
Yeah,
up here.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay, so can I like do something before I get attacked?
Sure.
Or is
Go for
okay?
it.
So like as she's like looking at the body, she's kind of gonna look up at like everyone around him and not at anyone in particular. And she's just gonna like very very quietly like I didn't do this. I didn't do this, and she's gonna like point at the wizard. She said, "I did that. I know I did that, and I tried to make it right, but I didn't do this." And
It's okay.
like,
It's okay, Granny. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. You know, we want to get to the bottom of this as much as everybody else here.
No, I'm like holding.
Because y'all don't want to falsely accuse us. We were over there. We were not near you. If you accuse us and you put us in jail for this, then you've got a real murderer running around stealing people's weapons and putting them in people's backs.
What did you roll?
Yeah, Jurgi is about to talk. Ank, what did you roll for your attack?
Oh, no.
8.
You look like you rolled.
8?
Ew.
Oh
8.
boy. 8 actually misses his armor class of 10. So you take a swing at him as he is saying something like, "So you admit you tried to kill the wizard," and he kind of jumps back and he's like, "And now they are attacking me."
Hank,
The
no!
priest, your local
That whip,
friendly
I am just
priest.
gonna scream liar as loud as I can.
Okay.
Snowy's the cat from Saga.
Lying.
Exactly that,
Yeah.
actually.
So the townsfolk
No.
start to murmur in unison, like, "Well, the goblin just attacked him, and they admitted to it, to attacking the wizard." And yes, young lady with her hand raised.
Barry has some holy water. She's gonna toss a little sprinkle of holy water over the wizard.
Okay. Now I'm
Just to
wet.
see.
Thank you.
Barry, what are you doing?
It's not like the movies.
Rude. Come into my house, push me down some stairs. Now you're throwing water at me.
We didn't push you. You were rude to me.
Listen, Barry, be quiet. We're a bit enthusiastic and we can get carried away at times, but we definitely would not stab someone in the back like this.
Well, not literally.
Barry?
Gritty,
I saved, like, I got a guy on the right track. He was like being like a loser and just drinking, and I'm pretty sure he was misogynistic, and now I've got him on the straight and narrow. We're good people. Please don't do this.
Barry, I swear that is not relevant to the situation at the moment.
Misogynism was always bad. It's
I'm
always
gonna
bad.
take a swing at the priest next.
as Gracie tries to do that, Gritty is gonna try to like grab at him, like kind of dive over and try to like hold him back. She's probably not gonna do very well because she's not as strong as he is.
Okay.
But she's
So
gonna
if Grant's
try.
gonna jump on me, then I'm gonna stop what I'm doing.
Okay. So you kind of
Oh, okay.
pull his leash back and kind of, hug him from behind, and he stops.
Fuming
And
angry.
as-
I'm not quite enraged, but I'm angry.
And as she does that, she's still muttering to herself, no one in particular, like, I didn't do this, it doesn't matter what these people say, I know I didn't do this, it only matters that I know that I didn't do this.
Can I use prestidigitation to make like some fake gold?
I feel like that might be more minor illusion, but
All right. In which case, I will use some real gold. I'll get some 5 gold pieces. And can I cast light on that to
Sure.
make them shinier?
yeah.
In which case, I'm like, guys, look! And she throws like some shiny, glittery gold.
The priest will say,
Sassy has a stroke.
the priest will say, she's trying to bribe you. They're clearly guilty. And the rest of the town kind of murmurs something like, well, I mean, innocent until proven guilty, but maybe we need to take them into
Sit on the
custody.
floor and cry.
Two armed
Sassy's just gonna
guards
sit on the floor and just be
will
like,
start
"I'm so
walking
sorry."
from the street corner. They'll kind of talk to a couple people, and they will come up to you and say, we just want to question you. You're not... You are being accused, but you are not sentenced. This isn't... We're not barbarians here.
Listen, I'm absolutely willing to answer any questions you may have, sir.
I'll be honest.
Promise I want to get to the bottom of this and find out who's been stealing our weapons and trying to kill people.
Your weapons were... That weapon was stolen?
I would assume so.
Did you file a guard report?
Well, we did not know it was missing, or we would have.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't even know you had gods. I thought this was like... I thought that this was like a bad place with vampires or something, and
we don't allow vampires here.
This is really nice. Yeah, no, I don't like them either. I totally
Good.
agree. I was just, because we like came here through some mists, and I heard a lot of stories, and like, you know, it's just, it was weird, and we didn't know if you were even like a people or just like kind of an idea. Or like a convention of like some dark overlord, or like...
The one guard will kind of poke at the other one and be like, "No, we're people."
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's nice.
You seem like very fine folk.
Yeah, you seem lovely.
We perhaps didn't notice that the weapon went missing because we've been a touch busy running an errand for your priest.
Yeah, we were
Jerky will say they wanted to get Father Broom out of town. They knew he could stop them.
Lying.
He's a liar. He's totally lying, and I don't have a spell for this. I'm gonna yell in infernal at Jerky. I'm like, and she's gonna say in infernal, "Hey Jerky, knock it off," and cast thaumaturgy to like intimidate him.
He will point unfazed and say, "She speaks the devil's own tongue," and the guards will level their spears at you.
What did you think would happen?
I'm trying to prove my innocence. Let me just talk demon.
Devil. Demons speak abyssal.
That's true.
Do these townspeople know the difference?
Not at all.
I don't either.
Because I have horns. I was born like this. I didn't choose this life. My parents were lovely people. They were healers.
As this kind of entire debacle is going on, Granny is going to kind of like shakily raise her hand up at the guards, almost like stop them, like put down the spears. We aren't gonna hurt you. And then she's also going to kind of offer her hand as like, "Please help me up. I can't get up," because she doesn't have her staff with her, and that's usually what helps her get up.
One of the guards will help you stand, and the other will reach down and hand you your staff.
Okay.
We would not deprive an old woman of her walking stick.
Well, according to the wizard, it's a weapon.
You did use it to kill him, apparently.
Can I use prestidigitation to make a dunce hat and just sit on the floor and have a timeout?
They're going to ask you to come with them, but you can put a dunce hat on if you'd like.
They will have to drag me.
Okay, one of them will start to drag you. Okay. Are the rest of you going willingly?
I am following willingly. I'm not putting up a fight.
I am going just because I'm letting the leash guide me, because I'm just glaring at the wizard and Jerky. Like, there is...
Shit.
I want to kind of lean back to Ank and be like, "Listen, Ank, I know you want to protect Granny, and I do too, but you got to keep it cool. We have to talk this through, and only resort to violence if it does not work, okay?"
All the violence is still on the table.
Like, I'm not going to tell him we're not going to resort to violence. That'll never work.
Made of violence.
Okay. As you're walking across town, Sassy, make a perception check.
I'm good at those. Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Deceptive fit.
As you are walking through town, you seem to be heading towards the biggest building in town, which you presume is the mayor's house. And as you're walking, a figure catches your eye down the street. And it's someone you don't think you've seen since, like, pre-memories. Like, to steal a phrase from Marty. Like, it's... Your first memory is taking that apple from Yartar. You now remember an additional part of that, which is a man's voice saying, now that you got it, you gotta run, girl. And you see a, like, porcelain-skinned tiefling standing at the corner, just shaking his head. And he seems to mouth, you gotta run, girl. And he turns around and walks away.
Please don't run.
They lead you into the barracks. You pass a desk sergeant who is like the most stereotypical desk sergeant ever. He's got a big mustache. He's got a plate of food. He's watching... If he had a small TV, he'd be watching it. Instead, he's just looking at a candle burn. That was a good one.
I love it.
I love this channel. And you are led into a large open cell that seems to have only one other figure in it. And it... You would describe him as golem-y, but he's smaller than any golem you've seen. He's roughly human-sized.
So he's not another goblin covered in mud.
No.
Got it.
Yeah.
No,
Not
not Golem from Lord of the Rings, like a golem.
Yeah.
Like
Golem, like a big construct.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk in, his eyes are dim and they kind of flicker on, and it looks like there's two lights behind them. And he just kind of stares at you as you guys enter the cell. The guard closes it and says, normally we'd have the priest come in here and talk to you guys and cast zone of truth. But since he's your accuser, we have to wait till Father Broom can come home. Look, if you guys are innocent, it'll come out. The truth comes out, right? I'm sorry.
I hope so.
We don't like to treat strangers this way, but it's suspicious. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand.
I know how this looks, but I promise you it was not us.
I hope it wasn't. Though
I
then,
would never.
it means it was one of my friends, and that's not good either.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And it just starts
And he'll
crying
say,
again.
this sort of thing doesn't happen around here. The big towns, maybe. Not around here. And
Well, I understand y'all had an incident not too long ago with the gravekeeper attacking the father.
What are you talking about?
That's part of what we were researching for Father Broom. He said that the gravekeeper attacked him with a shovel. They had his body laid up in the church.
He'll kind of look at the other guard, and the other guard will shrug and say, yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Should you have, or
If someone was
That sounds
attacked, we
weird.
should have heard about
That's
it.
weird. I don't like this.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, I like that. That's cute. Oh.
Aww.
Well, speaking of familiars, Neffy would have gone invisible.
Mhm.
It's probably in her little
Sure.
sugar glider form hiding in her clothes. Just because would be suspicious.
What is Noodle doing, Sassy?
Oh God, I feel like Noodle's very frightened by all of the crowds and the loud noises and stuff. So he may just be like huddled like in my jacket or something.
He can fly through the bars if you need him to.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
He's sticking close to me for now.
Okay. So the guards will kind of look at each other and they'll say, we'll make sure to talk to Brother Jergy about that. Thank you for reporting a crime that they did not.
Before you talk to him, go to where the body was. Was in the chapel, in a room in the basement. Check and see if you can find it first, then talk to him, not the other way around.
Yeah, smart,
That's-
smart, very smart.
Sound reasoning.
Yeah, when we rolled into town, we were bringing Thrall in to see the priest, and we couldn't get him out of his room because he was so plumb scared of that attack that he had suffered. And they showed us the body, and we investigated that, and then he asked us to investigate any other happenings in the town and was just downright terrified of possessions. Made it seem like it was a bit of a thing going on around here.
Sorry.
Yeah, like there was, he was saying that there was someone that was possessed and was causing trouble or something, and he was like very like someone's like betrayer person, and he's probably like, you know, like Town and Salem where you like you don't know if anyone's anything, but like they probably are something, and you end up hanging everyone, and the evil people always win anyway.
Okay. The two guards will kind of be like,
be a problem.
okay, have you guys eaten this
Did you
morning?
ever
Do
play
you
a
need
game?
food?
Oh no, I have some bear. Wait, do you have my stuff?
They didn't disarm you or anything.
No, yeah.
Okay, good. I have my stuff. Oh, wait. And she gets out like her daggers and all of her sharp things and the wooden stakes as well, and just like, here you go. Good faith. And
You
grabs
handing
out
them to them
another-
point first?
No.
Okay.
No, of course she's not.
She's got a dagger!
She
Get her!
might be.
No.
It's like
They'll kind of
this.
grab them and
Yeah.
put them into a sack labeled evidence.
Oh, and then she whistles around and grabs out like a digestive biscuit. Oh no, you have graham crackers, like a graham cracker.
Okay.
And
He'll
like,
put that in the evidence bag too. Thank you, ma'am.
That's not evidence.
When she sees Barry doing this, Granny will do like the same thing because she wants to like keep a good relationship with these. So she pulls out her other scimitar, just her one, and she'll pull out her shield, and she'll also give them her stick or staff.
Okay.
Yeah, and Barry's like, I'm really, really sorry about that. Like the guy, I didn't mean to like yell at him and stuff, and like it just sometimes it's just hard to deal with like your emotions, and if you don't talk about like your feelings enough, they just blow up and you hurt people even worse. And I know this looks really bad, but I swear I'm a nice person. I just want to help. I swear.
Wait,
That's why you've got a cracker.
if
It's a good
you are, oh, thank you for the cracker. If you are innocent, we will do our best to make sure that is proven. There we go. That's the word I was looking
I
for.
like
Is
you
also
guys. I
going to
love you.
hand over 2 hand axes, 4 javelins, but he's going to keep his hammer.
Okay, they will not reach for your hammer, so, but they will take the other weapons and put it in the evidence bag, which is now just brimming, and there's a cracker on top.
Can they see any of the weapons that I'm carrying? Like, are they visible?
That's up to you. If you want to have them hidden, you can position your clothes and cloak in such a way that they would be hidden.
Okay, because I've got the 2 short swords and a
Mhm.
longbow. So I want to say I keep the short swords hidden.
Yeah, the longbow is going to be harder to hide.
Yeah, but I give them the long.
Possible.
Barry would also
And
like
the
to
arrows?
put her
Yeah, I give them the whole longbow
Okay.
set.
Yeah, quiver, arrows.
But I'm keeping my short swords are hidden,
Okay.
so I'm not.
Fair. Okay.
So, I have a question quickly.
Sure.
Because we didn't talk about this. If Barry wanted to commune with her patron, how would she, How would she be
You-
doing this? Like
you
maybe could she like pray, or maybe like have like a Tom Riddle style book,
So
or
warlocks
is
are
it just
weird.
not really a thing?
It's not really a thing. If
Alright.
they want to talk to you, it's more one way that they can
Okay, yeah,
turn on
don't
two
worry
way. Clerics have a
Alright,
more
okay.
direct relationship with their gods.
Yeah.
Warlock patrons,
Yeah.
now if he needs you, if Charlemagne needs you, he'll come calling. But other than that, you do you,
Charlie.
is his philosophy.
Yeah, I just get the feeling I need to say sorry to Charlie. I'm just worried. And she sits in the corner and she's putting manacles on herself. She has manacles.
Where'd you
so
get
that's-
manacles? Get her!
You just pulled out your own manacles.
Yeah, no, she has her own manacles. She has a monster hunter pack, which is why she had 3 wooden stakes.
Right.
Oh, it does come with manacles. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it does. Don't ask. She's
Um,
inconsistent. You should.
The
She's not. Please don't.
the guards are like, Okay. And they will turn around and kind of just leave you with the desk sergeant and the construct in the corner, who hasn't moved other than turning on his eyes since you guys got there.
Sassy wants to go sit next to the construct, and she just kind of looks at him, and she's like, "So what you in for?"
He
You're
kind
not
of
supposed to ask people what they're in for.
his eyes kind of flicker a little brighter, and
It's rude.
his like wooden mouth kind of opens, and it looks like he's almost stretching it a little bit. And he says, "The crime of not being human."
Oh, well, that's just not
weird.
right.
I suddenly do not like this town.
Guys, what if that's why we're here? We're probably here because Jerky, he's such a jerk, and he's probably a racist too.
I will say, in town, you saw non-humans. You saw elves, half-elves. It was predominantly a human town, but there were non-humans.
I still think Jerky's racist.
It's possible.
Because he's a religious boy, and religious boys don't tend to like us people, because we got the horns and the stuff.
It's not necessarily true, but
Now I'm the racist.
yeah.
Barry just sits there and looks at her manacled hands.
Well, what is your name, good construct, sir?
He says gloom.
Well, that's just bright and shiny.
I think so.
It's Eeyore the robot.
I was literally. Have any of you seen Hitchhiker's Guide? There's a robot
Yeah.
that can only feel pain, yeah, or sadness, or something. Voiced by Alan Rickman. Beautiful.
So they just locked you up for not being a human?
I did nothing wrong. I don't know why else I would be here. People came in the night and took me from my, I would say house, but it's barely a shack.
Did anybody perchance accuse you of a murder you did not commit while they dragged you here?
No. They said I was uncooperative and resisted arrest.
What did
They're
you
so racist.
I did nothing but protest my innocence.
That does sound uncooperative. But I mean, not that I don't believe you. Who? I mean, I'm sure this is, maybe this is rude. I haven't met many wood people. What? Who made you? What's your story? Like, or who's your parents?
I do not know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And Barry goes up and tries to hug him, and then gets realizes the manacles and is like, oh.
He will say, I don't remember much of my time before here.
Do you know how long you've been in here?
In Kartakis?
Well, that too, but also directly in this cell.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have been here for 2 days.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. They've been feeding you, or oiling you, or
I have been well kept.
that's good. You don't look too dusty.
Would you say, so when they came to get you in the night, would you say that the townspeople were behaving as they normally would, or did they seem a bit strange when they came to get you?
Did you by any chance meet someone called Jerky?
He says, I have met Jergy before. He was not one of the people who came to get me. The shopkeepers,
he was being-
the Wulches, they led
Huh.
the mob.
Mom, oh, I'm so sorry. And she just starts sobbing on his shoulder. Yeah.
Well, I find it plumb interesting that they came and tried to imprison you 2 days, because there's a lot of strange things that happened about 2 days ago, like a comet falling through somebody's roof and then it getting repaired really quick.
The lightning striking the mayor's roof. I saw it.
Yeah, that. You saw it.
It fell from the sky, the lightning, yes.
Was it lightning like from a cloud, or did it just sort of appear like this a strange bolt out of nowhere?
A strange bolt out of nowhere, exactly.
Magic.
And you saw it hit the mayor's house?
Yes. Maybe lightning is not the right word, but I know of no other word to describe it.
Okay. And what were you doing at the time where you were there to see it? If you don't mind me asking, we're very curious about this event that happened, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it.
I was doing my meditations. I
Okay.
have a lot of time to think.
Do you think about
It's
how
an
life is
admirable pursuit.
meaningless and stuff?
I'm
I
sorry?
think about that. Do you ever think about like how life is meaningless and really we may not even be real or stuff? That's fun to think about.
No. I don't think about how life is meaningless. I think about how being alive is all that I want. I want true life, not this. And he kind of points to his constructy self.
Oh,
He wants to be a real boy.
He wants to be a real boy.
how do we make him a real boy?
Now, Glenn, what happened after the lightning bolt hit the mayor's house? Did you see the mayor come out, or did anybody go in to check on him or anything like that?
I saw not long afterwards the mayor run into the woods. He seemed to be holding something. A bread basket, perhaps.
Creepy.
Well, thank you. That is incredibly helpful information. And you know what? As in return, I'm going to see what I can do about getting you out of this cell and see if we can get to the bottom of why you were put in here in the first place.
Well, that's if we can get out ourselves. We probably aren't going to get out.
He says, it gives me time to think. But I would like to see the world again.
Yeah, and maybe someday you can have like a fleshy. Not that you're not a real pet, but you could have fleshy stuff if you want.
That would be
Maybe.
nice.
I definitely think that going out in the world is the best way for a person to find themselves and find their worth. So I appreciate that pursuit, Globe.
And Barry's gonna untangle herself from him and pat him on the back. And go, I'm really sorry about the mob. I know how tough they can be to deal with. They're not fun. And she goes into sock in the corner.
And he will kind of just say, I thought they were my friends.
Me too.
Sassy just pats him on the shoulder.
Does Barry not get pats on the shoulder?
Why would...
Rude, Sassy. Wow. Sassy will remember this.
He's having a moment.
Yeah.
I
Let
also
gloom be
had a
gloom.
moment.
You exist as a moment.
Gloom will nod his head and say, that is very wise, my young friend.
This is our sensei.
You should all listen to the Goblin. He is correct. And clearly the smartest of you all. With his int of 10.
Barry's gonna go sob in the corner with her dunce hat.
He's
She's
not
gonna,
that
like,
far off from being the smartest of you all. Okay.
She's gonna make the dunce hat actually bigger so she can pull it over her eyes.
Okay.
You know what? With the way my day is going, I would not be surprised if the goblin was smarter than all of us. I don't know anymore.
Okay. It's real boring in here. Gloom's only such good company. I mean, he keeps talking about how, is life worth living? Now he's wondering. He thinks it is. Is this cry? He doesn't know.
I made him an Alice.
Am I? Cry.
I cry.
Jeez. Cry.
Amazing.
He's got one tear. And it says, you believe androids can cry.
Actually,
I'm gonna.
if we have a bit of time before we rush off to the next moment in the story, Sassy would like to ask, so Gloom, have you ever met a tiefling in this town with real white skin?
Yes, I have.
Is there anything you could tell me about him?
His name is Smiley. He is nice.
Ooh.
He teaches me things about how to not be seen when I don't want to be.
Oh.
That does sound very nice.
I don't know why I wouldn't want to be seen. That doesn't make sense. Who wouldn't want to be acknowledged as existing? And you can tell he tries to smile, and it's just kind of creak.
I pat him on the shoulder again.
Well, he got,
You are my
like,
best friend, Sarsaparilla.
Well, I'm very happy to be your best friend, Gloom. I will be your friend until the end.
During this, Barry's going to be playing battleships on the floor with her familiar back in her like cute.
Familiar will say in your head, B12.
Miss. Wait, no, hit. This isn't fair if you can have telepathy.
She switches senses
Granny.
with you and cheats. Granny.
As like Granny has like not said anything, she's not acknowledged Gloom at all. She's kind of just sitting in the corner. She's not able to get up anyway. She doesn't have her staff. But she seems to be like clutching something around her neck, like it looks like a necklace. You haven't seen it before because it's hidden in her shawl, but she's taken it out and she's kind of like fiddling with it, and she seems to be muttering something over the same thing over and over again, but you can't really make out what it is.
Barry's gonna make a check for something.
To try and hear her?
Yeah.
I mean...
Perception. What I have noticed.
Well, it depends. If it is murmuring in such a way that is just clearly unintelligible.
I was gonna say,
no matter what
like, secretive are
perception.
You
if you were just murmuring to yourself, like kind of...
It's very...
Okay.
It's very unintelligible. Like you wouldn't be able to understand what it is she's saying. It's not in any foreign language or anything, but like it seems to be like the same phrase repeated over and over and over again. It's a bit longer than that. It's almost like she's saying names.
Yeah, I think it's Sassy at this point definitely wants to move closer to Granny and kind of sit next to her and be like,
sneak
how?
up because she can't focus on her battleship game.
Ankle biter has been curled up at Granny's feet this whole time.
Oh,
how you holding up, Granny Log?
yeah, you okay?
She stops, but she doesn't look at you.
It's not your fault.
I know this doesn't look good, but we are innocent of this crime.
No, isn't it?
So
you didn't do this. We know you. We know you didn't do this.
I believe that we were doing our best to make what we did bad right, and I believe that the truth is going to come out, and we're going to be okay.
My dear, I hope you're right. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not gonna let them put you in prison or sentence you for a crime you didn't do.
Yeah, no, they seem like nice people, and we didn't do it, and they don't have enough evidence.
She's gonna like turn her head and she's gonna look like really deep in your eyes and she's gonna say, "I don't want to die this way."
You won't. I am not gonna let that happen. You have
I
my
don't
word.
have much longer, and I don't want to die this way.
No, I'm with you. I mean, maybe you have a bit longer. I don't know. Tieflings live longer, right? Do they? Maybe. I don't know.
They can. They're more akin to half elves.
You're fine. I can't have my granny die on me. I don't want to lose any more family. It's not cool. And she's gonna manacle hug.
Clatter, chain to the face. Ow.
Yeah, like
like oh,
this is happening. Okay.
This is how Granny dies.
Killing me.
please don't. Please, I will.
Now, in the
cry.
ultimate plot twist, Granny is also going to fall down.
stairs appear out of nowhere and just clang.
Haunted by stairs.
All right, it was
The ultimate retribution.
The mists take you to an infinite staircase. And... oh, sorry.
No, it's the one from Mario 64.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, no.
The ones with the stair illustrations that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Some Escher drawing.
Yeah, Escher. I thought it was Escher.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You guys are chatting, and Gloom tries to awkwardly kind of hug you from a like he doesn't bend over or anything, so he kind of just like taps your shoulders, Granny. And he
Love
says,
this awkward family hug. This is great.
Yeah. I'm still
This
trying to get
is
chains
love.
of your horns.
Can Noodle just like fly out and curl up on top of Gloom's
Sure.
head, just like
I have
like
a
a pretty
snake
little snake
friend.
crown?
Yeah, Neffy.
He'll be your best friend too. Now you have two best friends.
Neffy's drawing like putting glitter on Gloom's cheeks.
Okay.
Like sitting on top of Granny's head, reaching up to.
I'm sorry. Somebody in chat just called this an episode of Mist is the New Black, and
I
okay.
forgot we have a chat.
So
How does chat feel about this?
a couple hours pass, and you're kind of talking, and oh man, I shouldn't have let the cat in here. He's going crazy.
Oh, look at the pretty kitty.
And after a couple hours, based on the sun, it's getting to be afternoon. You can kind of see it through the barracks and the cell are underground, and they have like that stereotypical like basement bar window kind of thing, like where it's just a couple bars and it's like, you know, that big.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple hours pass, and a group of people walk in, led by Jerky, Thrall, Arksum, and then some people you don't recognize. And they point to the desk sergeant and say, "Leave us." And the desk sergeant gets up and walks out.
what? Just
And
Easy going guy, I
this
guess.
doesn't seem like humane treatment of prisoners.
and in unison, Thrall, Jergy, and a couple, a man and a woman, start speaking to you and saying, "You won't find it. You will die in here. No one believes you."
Now listen here. You may have rehearsed that to say it all real creepy, but I'm not scared because we have the truth on our side.
I have the power of God in anime on my side.
The four of them in
Sorry.
unison will say, "The truth is subjective. No one can prove your innocence."
Only people with something to hide say that.
Yes, Goblin boy.
So we saw the guards close the door. Did we also see them lock it? These were pretty nonchalant guards.
The cell you're in, they did actually lock it. You can see the key though, and Noodle can fit through the bars, as can Neffy.
I don't know what I would do with that.
Gloom.
Listen, what is it you think we're even looking for?
You talked to the astronomer. He knew.
What? He just said a bunch of math stuff. We don't know what he was talking about.
No, remember the thing
They'll kind of all look at the Thrall's body, which they're all speaking again in unison, and they'll turn back and look at you again and say, "No, he knew. We know he knew.
And what exactly is it that he knew?
He knew
I
where
mean-
to find us. He was taking you to us."
Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, you're here right now, so I mean, I guess we found you.
And they all kind of very stiltily laugh and say,
Ooh.
these are nothing but extensions. And
I don't like that.
one of them will say, shh. And the other 3 will glare at him.
Well, I mean, you must be very great and powerful if you have such, ambulatory extensions.
We are. Maybe you will see soon.
Well, I mean, that sounds great and not at all ominous.
Granny.
Can we get an insight check to see if we can find out anything more about what they're saying?
Yeah.
Probably a good plan.
I rolled a religion.
Oh, God.
And
Maybe using this dice tonight was not the best idea after all. God, that is a...
It's 21 on insight.
Okay,
4.
Sassy.
This dice is fire. I'm using it forever.
Yeah, man.
What
6,
dice is that?
7.
Can I get one?
7.
Yeah, insight check?
4.
Okay. 7 and 4. I mean, this is real weird, guys.
Oh wait, no, that's a 5. Sorry.
It's real weird still.
Not much.
It's
Barry wanted to do a religion check, so
Okay.
she did, but she only got like a 10.
this does not seem to have any religious significance, though. Based on
Hey, being
Father
religious.
Broom's previous theory that they were possessed, this also doesn't seem like any kind of like devilish or demonic possession either.
No, I'd know about devils.
Yeah, you don't. This isn't
does
that
it-
for sure.
Does it feel celestial at all either?
No.
Yep.
Insight.
That
Sassy.
makes me extra uncomfortable.
Yeah.
This is definitely weird. 2. This is not the
I mean,
father.
I got that.
This is not the brother Jergy and Thrall Arksum you met yesterday. They are different, significantly.
Okay. Do you mean different, like physically, or just like personality-wise?
Both. Their faces are
Ooh.
much more drawn, like they've lost a lot of weight overnight.
Ooh, okay. Where would you say the jerky now matches the one that was in the town square area?
Like the Jergy you saw
The one
earlier?
that accused us? Yeah.
Yeah, that's still this. It's still from.
Okay, cool. So
it's just
still
different
him, but
from
just
last
different.
night. Yeah, different from the first Jergy you met, who was very pleasant and.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Gloom will kind of turn to face them, and he will say to you guys that the couple, are the Wolches. They're the ones who locked him up here.
Ooh.
No. Wait, are they still? Is the couple still here?
Yes. Yeah, it's still Jergy, Thrall, and the Wolches. And Brother Jergy will say, "We'll deal with you, robot. We don't know how, but we will." And
This is rude.
Gloom will say, "Robot. From the gnomish word robata, meaning slave. I am no man's slave." And he will try and reach through the bars and grab them.
You go, girl.
Okay. He will miss.
Ew.
Kind of reach through, and they just pull back and say, "We'll deal with you soon, robot. You four, you'll join us." And they...
Barry kind of wants to like look dead in the eyes of some of them and say, like, in final, "You'll do no such thing to any of us, not my family," and like make thunder sounds with thaumaturgy
Okay.
for the cheesiest of effects.
Okay.
Trying to make thunder sounds, but it just sounds like someone banging a cookie.
Shake me a sheet of metal.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my mic wouldn't pick that up. Otherwise, I could totally do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys.
They walk out. The desk sergeant walks back in like nothing happened and sits down. Stares back at his candle. He lights a new candle. Ooh.
How gaunt is that desk sergeant?
Is this one
He's
a different
looking...
color?
His face doesn't seem to match the rest of his body. It's a lot gaunter than his pot belly would imply it should be.
Okay.
Guys, I don't want to break out of jail, but I have a feeling that we shouldn't be in here. And, like, I don't think we're going to get out because I think that one guard that we sent off might be the only good person, and he's probably in a bad place right now because we just sent him off to do the thing, which is dodgy. And, guys, we're the heroes and he's the NPC. We're not going to get very far if we rely on him.
So,
you know?
I kind of want to lean into the bars and sort of fan myself and be like, you know, it's a touch hot in here, don't you think, guard sir? I am feeling extraordinarily parched. Do you think you could get me a glass of water?
And he kind of looks at you and says, oh, I guess... No.
No. I mean, you offered us food before, and I thought just, you know, since we didn't take you up on it, and we've been here for quite a while.
Make insight checks again.
All of us?
All of us?
You all can, yeah.
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
I only got a 6 this time.
Okay, there we
Rolled
go.
even worse. Now I got a 4.
Oh, boy. Okay,
18,
Ankle-biter
18.
and Barry, you two, it seems like he is having a conversation with someone who is not here. Like, he keeps looking off as if someone is telling him something, but you don't see anyone else in the room.
Does it seem like, is he looking like he's looking at someone, or just kind of looking up like a...
Like, looking up, like, almost like he's deep in thought. But then,
Right, so
afterward,
it's
he
not-
always comes back and looks at you and then immediately says
Yeah.
some new piece of information that seems like he's being told it. So,
Right.
he says...
So it sounds like someone's being teleported.
That would be a good guesstimate on your part. But yeah, he says,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to give you any food or water. The other guards can when they come back.
Well, what if we starve? What if they never come back?
Barry Dowland, I think that might be the point.
He'll say, I know a way where you'd never have to eat again. It's real easy.
No, that's fine. I'm good.
Interesting.
Oh,
I want to know.
just give in. It's so much easier.
Give in to what?
You'll know soon.
I just had a thought, but I'm not sure that any of our characters would be able to make a connection between this and
It's
what's
up-
happening here.
It's up to you. I mean,
Okay. Was Twillin showing any of the same, like, gaunt features that these guys were showing?
no. Good thought, though. Because
Okay.
she often talked to people who weren't there. But no, she just seemed
Okay.
like normal Twillin from when you adventured with her
Are
so
there
many
any
weeks
weird
ago.
eyeball things going on anyway?
No.
Cool.
There aren't any little spooky ghosts floating around?
No
Oh,
spooky
chat beat me
ghosts.
to it.
So, I
Chat beat me
mean,
to it. Someone was
and it-
like, "Oh, we all float down here," and I'm offended. My turn.
So at any
Noodle fly.
point, we could, I mean, I could have Noodle fly out of the cell and grab the key and get us out, or we could try to have Gloom here try to break out of the bars. But
He looks like a
my
strong boy.
concern is if Homeboy over here is attached to a hive mind, we won't just have him to contend with.
Ooh,
Like
where's
real
the-
quick, it would turn into a lot more people.
Hold on. I need rolls.
So I don't know if you guys want to try to make a break for it, or
Hold on. I mean, you guys, if you have any ideas, feel free. But I'm gonna look up some rolls.
Hang on, wait.
Up the back, the barred one. That's a, like, small... So it's like a ventilation
Yeah,
window, right?
but Ank, you can definitely fit. The three of you, the three tieflings, you're
No.
kind of skinny and wiry enough that you could probably also fit through there. You're gonna have to leave Gloom
Okay.
behind if you go through that way, but Hank,
my best friend.
Hank, are you looking up at the? Have you kind of clambered up to look at it, or?
Not yet. I'm
Okay.
gonna look over and see if the guard sitting there has line of sight on the window from where he's sitting at the.
He has kind of started to slowly spin in his chair, and based on the amount of time it takes him to spin, you have like 2 minutes before he looks at you again.
Can we Can we like send the ghost cat out to see if there's anybody like out nearby? Like if we charge this guard and try to take him out and take off, like.
Yeah, Barry can telepathically communicate and swap.
Yeah.
With it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost cat.
It's an invisible cat. I don't know what else you want to call it.
She's also been other things. Oh no, I already did that. I can't remember what they were. I wrote them down somewhere.
What are you looking for?
I can't remember the Eldritch invocations I took. I was looking at some other stuff, and then I was like, wait, I don't remember what that was.
Because I say...
Yeah.
I think I got the one where I talked to my baby girl real good.
You did take that
something
one.
else. Yeah, I think I don't remember the other one. It doesn't matter. I think it might have actually been the mage armor one.
I think it was. Sassy, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, because I say maybe our best bet is to, because I mean this guy's clearly possessed. There's clearly possessed people running around doing something. So like we send Ghost Cat out to check and see if there's anybody nearby right now, and then if there's not, we can have Noodle get the key, get out of the cell, grab our weapons, knock this guy unconscious, and then just book it.
Sassy, I have an idea too, but I'm gonna but I'd really appreciate it if you didn't call Neffy Ghost Cat, and she would also really appreciate it if you didn't do that. She's really rather offended, and it's not okay, like and yeah, she's gonna have a look at, but I have an idea of what else.
For the record, I also have an idea.
Okay,
but
can
mine
you?
is probably not as good as
I
yours.
want to scramble up the window and see what I can see from out the window.
Barry, before you act on your idea, can you just run that by us real quick?
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of good ideas. Don't judge me.
I made no judgments on any ideas. I just
They're
want to
bickering. I'm gonna scramble up the window and.
Okay.
No, wait.
And Granny's gonna grab Ink. We need some
Just
planning.
gonna look.
We can't get into any more trouble than we already.
I'll send Neffy. Can Neffy be polymorphed and also fly? They're invisible at the same time.
Yes.
I would assume so.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. But she'll go in bat form to scope out the area.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume I can see through her senses.
You can.
So
You swap them.
Yeah.
So you can't see through yours anymore. So you see Barry's eyes go white.
They
already are. They go whiter. And she kind of, no matter if you like snap at her, she just doesn't respond at all. Okay,
She's like drooling a little bit, like.
Okay.
Swaying.
You send Neffy out, and Neffy does a lap, and Neffy says back to you, "There's a white tiefling with Gary around back."
Huh. Weird. Come back.
And that's all.
It's the only people in the immediate vicinity. She says there's people in the town square still. The mood has been dampened from the day. There's no more singing. But it seems like a normal-ish provincial town is kind of life.
Right. So when Neffy gets back and sits on my shoulder, I like, okay. So this is a really handsome tiefling guy. He's like white. It's really pretty and like stuff outside. But he's hanging out with Gary. It seems weird to me. I feel like
I'm gonna try to scramble up the window
As
again.
you try and scramble up the window, you see a chain has wrapped around the bars.
Hey.
And you see Gary's feet slowly walk by. And it kind of starts to go a little faster.
please tell me.
So while I'm up there, Kling, I'm just gonna, guys, I don't worry about it and just kind of let go and drop. We should get away from the wall.
Okay.
Okay, how do we distract the guard? How do we distract the guard?
Neffy over in her.
Bag of
not
stuff.
invisible
We
to,
do
like,
need to get
bite-
that taken care of.
Yeah.
Quick.
I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll do that after we're broken out. But I'm gonna get Neffy to like bite the guard on the ear and make him like chase Neffy. Ideally.
Make an attack roll with Neffy.
She rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
Okay.
Guard is missing.
Yeah, he screams bloody murder as this. What form do you want Neffy to take?
Bat still.
Bat. As this albino bat appears and bites him on the ear, and he starts screaming and kind of hitting it, and then he runs out the front door, slapping at his face.
Okay, Noodle, get the key.
Do you want me to roll damage?
Come on, Noodle.
for that, or-
I mean, you can. I don't know if it's going to actually matter, but you can.
It might do. Because it's a lot.
Well, do you want to kill this guy?
Well, no, I just wanted to follow the rules.
Right, but if the point was to distract him, I was just having it be.
Yeah, fair enough.
If
Also,
you want to roll
he
damage, you
has-
can roll damage. I will get his stats.
Well, okay, I rolled 4, and then it's a +3, and then I roll again because I did a thing that's a 1, so that was 7?
That's
Eight. 8 points of damage. And the target must make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw, or he's poisoned. Like, I'm just abiding by the rules.
Okay.
I forgot she's poisonous.
He will make his save, and he's not dead. But
Cool.
he will run out the door screaming.
Awesome.
Noodle
That's a lot
kind of,
easier.
in the most Noodle way possible, kind of flutters out the thing and kind of hits its head on the pegboard and kind of pulls back like, I got it, and kind of hits again, and then one more time and loops the keys around its snout, and you're kind of like, you could have bit him, you idiot, and then it kind of pulls back, and then he flies to you like a good noodle, and gives you the keys.
Okay, so we open the door and
Okay.
can we go get our stuff back?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
You guys have stuff.
You get
and then
all
I
your
turn
stuff
to
back.
to Gloom and I'm like, Gloom, can you run?
I've never had anything
Quickly.
to run from. But yes,
What about run with? Because you can run with us, because I think some stuff is about to happen here real quick.
I've never had anyone to run with either.
We'll be your family.
But I
We're
can.
gonna have to go.
And he will start walking
That would be
quickly
great.
behind you.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay.
Grab my...
Uh,
Sassy, grab my shop things.
the
Thank
the
you.
back door, or the back little gate, you hear it get ripped off, and the white-skinned tiefling pokes his head in and says, "Oh, see, y'all got this, I guess."
I mean,
Well-
we just sent the guard screaming out that door, so we would rather go that way so we don't leave the same way, because it's...
Your big boy is gonna have some problems, but come on up. And he'll kind of pull back.
Once Gritty has her stuff back, because she wants her staff back, definitely.
Mhm.
She is gonna wild shape into a cat,
Okay.
and she's gonna hop onto Ank's shoulders because she knows that they're mostly the one they're after, or if like anybody sees her in the town, they're gonna know like you're supposed to be in prison.
Yeah.
So she's gonna like not be seen.
Okay. So.
was helping Granny walk until she got her stick back.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Ank leads Granny over. She grabs her stick, poofs into a little cat, and kind of just this cat laying
She's gonna,
around
like,
Ank's neck
Yeah, exactly.
like a neck pillow.
You're so cute.
Sassy, Barry, and Ank, what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to go out back Out the back way. Stay away from the front door with the screaming man.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna keep Neffy doing that until like we reach a range where I assume she's like got a range where she can't really.
she does. I think it's like 120 feet or something like that.
Yeah,
but
we'll go till that, and then at that point, she's gonna start flying off to come get me.
And I think she still
going
like follows your best orders or whatever. She just can't talk to you anymore. But
yeah, when she gets to the point of the range, she's gonna fly back to me, but she's gonna fly back to me after losing the guard guy, so we don't get him following me.
Okay. So Gloom will kind of bend down and help all of you up. And then he will look at the window, and you can see him kind of try and fit his arms through, and his arms don't even fit. So he pulls
I'm actually
back.
gonna try to tell him while the guard is out, run out, go into the woods, get out of town for a while. Is there anywhere outside of town that we would know of, like, as any sort of landmark?
There was the campsite that you guys first appeared
There was
at.
Campsite.
There's the Astronomer's Tower is outside of town. It's not in the woods.
How outside of town is the graveyard?
The graveyard is like about 300 yards outside of town. So you can see it from town, but it's a decent distance.
I'm gonna tell him that after he knows he's not being followed or anything, try to meet us there.
He says,
Get away.
I will find you. And then he runs out the front door. And that was Gloom. Okay.
Be free!
My son!
Okay.
Be free, my robot friend!
Gary has turned around and he's got a look in his eye like someone just prodded him in the ass, and how dare they do that, which is how he had enough strength to rip the gates off.
Yeah.
But he kind of sees you guys and he looks at Ank. He's kind of like, he kind of walks up and licks Ank. And then he just kind of sits there.
There's like glittery mud on his tongue.
So Sassy
Now
turns
has
to the
glitter on
tiefling.
his tongue forever. It's
Gross.
Sassy turns to the
Harry
tiefling.
actually dies from glitter poisoning.
And she's like, I believe your name is Smiley. Thank you for that. We would like to go into the woods because I think there's mysterious things in it. Or I would like to, at least.
Mm-hmm. No.
sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Can we run?
He'll kind
Give me
of
my sharp thing.
he'll kind of say like, okay, and he'll follow you where you guys go. But he kind of thought you were getting out of Dodge, not into the woods that are right next to town. But he'll
There's
follow you guys.
stuff in there.
I mean, the woods are arguably out of dodge.
I'm like running next to Sassy, like, Sassy, please, shop things, please, now, thank you.
You have the bag that has her things in it.
Oh, right. Yes. I assume I gave everybody their things.
There's a graham cracker at the bottom of the bag.
Yeah. There you go.
Crackers.
Okay. You guys get into the woods.
Dragging Gary.
And what do you want to do? Gary kind of... The cart's not going to fit. If you want to get Gary in, you got to take the cart off. But
Oh, yeah.
he can also wait outside of town or whatever you guys want him to do. But he will
But
probably
he's
try
just
and follow you.
Yeah.
Cart off. He's coming with us.
Okay. Cart comes off. Gary starts to meander beside you guys. He's moving a little faster now that he doesn't have the cart on. It's like 1.5
I'm
miles
also-
an hour.
Probably helping.
Yeah, Barry uses Mage Hand, although it probably doesn't work to try and push him along.
Yeah, no, it's just
goes
flat
straight.
against his ass, and it's just not doing anything.
So
It's
Do you
skeletal,
really
so
want to
it's
see
really
if I'm
creepy.
strong enough to drag an ox? Because
No.
I might die.
You can. The mage hand wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, my skeletal Mage Hand, by the way.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Was it skeletal? Or
It
was
is
that
skeletal.
lavender?
Oh no, your mage hand is skeletal here.
Cool.
Spooky.
That was lavender, but your mage
Great.
hand
So
is also
now that we're
skeletal.
kind of in the cover of
Great,
the
now I'm
trees, I
creeped
kind of
out.
want to turn to everybody and be like, listen, I know we kind of booked it here pretty fast, but I think that we need to Gloom said that the mayor took off running into the woods with a basket of some sort, and it happened after that lightning hit his house, and everything weird in this town started happening after that happened. And so I think we definitely need to find out where that mayor took whatever it was in that basket.
Yeah, let's go. I was like, what are we waiting for? I'm just writing notes.
Barry's like
Or,
writing.
and yeah, out here, we...
Sorry, I missed that. What'd you say?
Yeah, I missed that.
Or we leave.
Oh, yeah. I mean, both valid plans.
I'm here to smite evil, so like I kind of have to, especially because I kind of led to the death of like a guy who may or may not have been innocent. We're not really sure anymore. So like I feel like Charlie is not going to be happy with me. So I should probably smite some evil. You know?
I don't know. If we run away, I mean, who knows what they're going to send after us? And I want to clear Granny's name of this crime she did not commit.
That's very true. She's a good old kitty. She's a good kitty.
Yeah, Granny's gonna change back at this point.
Oh.
How
I was
far
gonna ask
into the
if kitty
woods
can spit up pebbles or the candies.
are you guys?
Oh, I feel that.
I don't know.
I feel that now that you've
I feel
asked
like-
it, I might regret my decision of changing back.
I mean, now that
Are
we're
you-
not...
you-
Are we hidden sufficiently?
That's
like,
what I'm asking. Are you having this conversation at the edge of the woods, or did you go, like, deep enough
'Cause
where
I imagine-
you won't be immediately seen?
Yeah, I imagine I would not have said anything until
Okay.
like we were at
Yeah,
least in enough that we're not
Very
hanging out
happy
just at the
student.
edge.
All me and
Which is
Smiley
like-
wanted to
As
be.
we're talking, still just kind of slowly walking further from town, just because town is a bad right now.
Yeah.
So Sassy turns to Smiley and she's like, "Do you know anything about what's going on here?"
I know they locked up that poor fella. Had nothing against him. And you poor folk.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is Smiley. That's cute. Why you call Smiley? I know that like sometimes tieflings like to choose names and stuff, and like maybe you chose that. And I was just curious. You have a cool name?
He'll say. Because Smilax is too hard to say.
Oh, you're real handsome.
I feel like
Thank
I
you,
know
lady.
you from somewhere.
Can't
Smiley.
imagine why. Shall we?
So,
I feel like it would.
hang on a sec, buddy pal. Were you breaking us out of prison or Gloom?
You're out. What's the matter?
Well, we don't know you.
Granny's gonna like take a little deep breath and like huff a little bit. She's gonna hobble up and get right in his face. And it's like, "You're not telling us everything. I would like to know, considering all the crazy things that have just happened.
Can I
don't
insight check?
need
Sure.
any more crazy today.
Oh,
I'm too old for this."
There it is.
I
He
know
is,
nothing.
he is being 100% truthful, Sassy. This guy's
Sounds right. Let's go.
never told a lie in his life.
Can I insight this as well?
Sure.
Ditto.
Oh, that's not bad. 16.
Okay.
Barry got a 3 and is just like, he's so handsome he could tell me that I'm ugly and I believe him.
Granny, he is definitely not telling you everything.
Good. to
Hammer
know.
behind his kneecaps, king up,
Whoa, okay.
lying.
Ooh.
You sure you didn't murder that man? Because we are
Yes.
awfully quick to resort to violence. I've done nothing
He
wrong. I
might
broke you out
have
of
Be
prison,
careful when you say we, because it's not really we. It's kind of just me.
put my neck on the
You
line
didn't.
for you people.
Sure, you didn't kill that person because you broke us out of jail. You're a criminal, mister. Mm-hmm.
I'm an accessory to a
You know-
felony. I did nothing wrong.
You put the chain
No.
around and you.
I didn't do anything. The ox pulled it. You people can't just leave your ox laying around.
He can't.
Yeah,
Our
and I'm
ox
sure
that is
Jerry just
clearly
tied
with
that
his
chain.
hands capable of wrapping a chain repeatedly around a gate
He's a smart
are
boy.
many-fingered
Really
and
good
very
thumbs.
able to grab things. Ah,
You have
Yes.
invisible friends. I don't know.
I think you do know, and I think that's the issue here.
I feel like
how did you
Noodle's
tie
just
her
like
invisible
squinting at him.
friends?
What?
What do you know about invisible friends?
Nothing. Who said anything about invisible friends?
You did.
No, I don't remember that. Point to the middle distance, wave, and start walking.
Barry runs up to him, tackles him from behind, and grabs the chains around his torso.
Still wearing the
You're
manacles?
still wearing the manacle?
Yeah, she never took them off. So
I think it's strength attack. Are you trying to grapple him?
yeah, more.
Yeah,
grapple
so
than
athletics check.
Oh boy.
Oh hell.
Ooh.
Can we put Barry on a leash?
12.
I
Gotta get
think
egg on a
I suggested
leash.
that before, actually.
You kind of pull, and he starts to. Okay, I feel like this is not helping your case. Kinda got
Barry, for the love of
little
all the
T-Rex
gods, please release him.
He's. She whispers in his ear, "You are gonna tell me the truth, Mister," in Infernal. Because he's a tiefling.
He says, well, it's racist to assume that we all speak the devil's tongue.
We all do, though.
Never heard it a day in my life. My mother was a church woman.
Well, let me translate, dear.
I.
She wants to know the truth. Just like we all do.
Yeah, you be real with us.
I am just a
Also,
weird
if
traveler.
Mother never taught you Infernal, then she is a bad tiefling mom.
Listen, I think we've all gotten a little worked up here. Barry, let him go. He did let us out of prison. He clearly doesn't mean us any harm.
Thank you, Sarsaparilla.
Why do you know?
I don't believe I told you my name.
Wait, why do you know her name?
I heard the robot say it.
How did he know her name? You know this robot, and you know this girl, and you know about Neffy, and you know that she's invisible, baby, and you know about Charlie too, don't you? And probably I bet you know about like damn Narcissico.
I don't know.
And just points.
I know a Charlie. Is that?
What is he?
Well, he's a member of the Hand of Yartar. He's a good fella. Bakes a nice pie.
Charlie does make good pie. It could be the same Charlie.
Okay.
He's
Look.
a unicorn horn. He's magic. He can bake whatever he wants.
Smiley will say, look, I saw some people in trouble. I thought I'd help. Apparently, it wasn't welcome, and I'm sorry.
No,
the help was very much
welcome.
appreciated. The lies aren't.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm being attacked
Gert-
for the color of
Gritty,
I
my...
mean,
like-
not yet, you
All
are.
right, all right.
I can change that.
Let's all settle down. Ank,
What?
let's all settle down.
Yeah, please don't attack
If
him. He could
you
be
can,
us.
you can keep your secrets for now. We will. I have questions for you, Mister, but we can get to the bottom of that later. We need to get to the bottom of what's going on here first, because the most important thing right now is clearing Granny's name and making sure these townfolk aren't becoming some weird hive mind possessed by a lightning bolt that likes to destroy rooftops or whatever.
What's a hive mind?
He'll say, exactly. What most of the words I understood. Shall we away? Sally
Now-
forth and whatnot and what have you.
You need
Do
to
you
circle back
happen-
around to the graveyard and pick up a can.
Should I keep the manacles on? Because I think they might be useful.
Take them off.
But
What?
they jangle so lovely. And
If
she
you
goes,
keep the
"Tink, tink,
manacles
tink, tink."
on, you will not be able to cast spells. Because you need to be able to move your hands freely.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Smiley.
Smiley 100% says that.
So, yeah.
Suddenly without light drawl.
Yeah, without my mediocre southern accent.
Smiley!
She'll just, instead she'll be, I guess you're right, Gary. And she does them.
Do you happen
Gary,
to know... Do you happen to know why the townsfolk imprison Gloom?
Well, he said it's because he's a robot. That's his word. I'm not allowed to use it.
I know he said that, but he didn't quite seem to understand what had happened to him.
I'll be honest. I don't know either. The Wolches they're terrible people. Until 2 days ago when they got all nice. Except to Gloom. It's very odd.
That is odd. I don't like it. I don't trust these people. We should stab them maybe. Yeah, just maybe. Like, only if they're evil, but they seem real evil, and I would like to stab the evil.
Barry, we have been accused of stabbing enough people.
Well, I thought that was me.
Fine. Yeah. Technically, she was the accuser. Just
Okay, we're shifting blame again.
No, but Granny, I mean, maybe they were evil. You know, stabbing is fine if it's a good thing.
Stabbing has its place.
Now that some of this mania has died down, I do kind of miss my scimitar. I never even got to use it.
We'll get you a fancy new scimitar that's even better than that dinky old +1 thing.
Granny. In all of your years,
I do.
You never got to use it. Why did you even have the scimitar?
I have many stories. Maybe one day I'll tell them to you all. But
yeah.
I agree with old Sarsaparilla over here. We need to find out what happened, because someone was killed today, and I have seen far too much death in my time, and it has gone much, and it can't go without answer.
Yeah, you're right. We should fuck shit up.
So let's just get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Smiley will point at you, Sarsaparilla, and say, "Would you like to take lead? You're a ranger. I assume you can do that."
Yeah. So I would like to look to, because I mean we're in the woods just outside of town. Can I like roll something to like look and see if we find any tracks or anything?
Make a survival check.
It's a 12.
Okay.
Great.
You don't find a single set of tracks. You find what looks like a trampled down path.
Oh.
Like multiple people have been going a way fairly recently out here.
Great, let's follow that.
Okay. You guys start walking, and you travel for about a mile. The path starts to get a little less traveled. Like maybe people stopped here for some reason and turned back. But you can still kind of, using your rangery senses and your knowledge of the woods.
Like sniffing leaves.
Yeah, sniffing leaves and kind of looking at broken branches. You're CSI water deep in this shit. And you
That's the best image.
Yeah, you find the trail again. And you see up ahead a clearing that has... The first thing you notice is a small rock kind of sitting on top of a stump. And behind the stump is a giant, like, leafy green pod that has 12 vines with dangling pods hanging from it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's natural.
And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Oh!
People!
I didn't realize we were that close to stopping.
I thought we were only an hour.
I saw that we were getting close to the 2-hour mark, and I knew it was coming.
Thank you all for playing my fake murder mystery pod people thing.
Thank you for DMing your fake murder mystery pod people
Of
thing.
course.
It's been delightful.
Yeah, it's
would-
always great. even
we
if
like to do
we're
plugs.
Really annoying.
Oh, what? You're fine. Plugs?
No, well,
Jay.
I'm annoying.
Me, okay. Best place to follow me is probably on Twitter at JRashu. I retweet a lot of other people's art for now because mine's kind of a slow process. But yeah, that's the best place to find me and what I do.
Okay, cool. Zom.
I'm Zom. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr and AO3. It's all Zombalog. Just search for Zombalog and you'll find me. Got a book on Amazon, Unlucky by Zom Barber. I'm also doing a Dragon Age tabletop campaign on my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Zombalog. We are going to be airing that every Saturday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's been interesting so far. So if you want more fun tabletop shenanigans, I'm DMing that. So tune in and check it out.
Awesome. Mira.
Right, I'm at Nerds and Birds on Instagram and at Birds and Nerds on Twitter, and those are all the best places to find my art. Like all of us here, I'm working on the zine. I'm a digital artist, and I just finished my zine piece, so it's all done and it's all wrapped up.
Dobby is a
Just
free
had to send it in. Yeah, this last week has been stressful trying to get it done, but you know it's been so great seeing what everyone's come up with. You know, if you're gonna get the zine, you're gonna see some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the works in progress and stuff I've seen.
So good.
in the
Everything
Discord
I've seen
have
so
been
far is phenomenal.
Real good. It's gonna be worth it.
Wow.
The written pieces that I've proofread and stuff are really good as well.
I haven't read any of those deliberately because I can't help, and also because I don't want spoilers. So it's good to hear that too, though.
And Holly, do you have any plugs?
Oh hell. Sorry, I was drawing a pretty pale tiefling boy. I am prepared.
Important for your notes.
Yeah, no, I draw notes. I have a picture of tried to draw a picture of Gary being pushed by the skeleton nation. And that's the guy getting bit. And then there's Barry somewhere getting the dunce hat. Do you see it?
Aww.
Yeah, I doodle. Better normally. That's the tiefling. And my Instagram, this time I've got it ready, is Holly_Hemlock_art. Because I had 2 Instagrams because, you know, why not? And my Twitter is at Holly Hemlock. I had one that was at Honeybomb1000, and I don't know if everybody from there has now followed that, but I'm making that inactive. So if you're someone who thinks you follow me but you haven't seen anything in a while, that's probably why. But I also haven't been doing anything because art is slow and hard, and I'm behind on work. Yeah, no, I can really relate to the not been posting much because plus moving and cold, which has been fun. But I'm well now, so that's good. Now I'm just rambling again. Do I do anything else? I don't think I do.
Only you
like
can
him
decide that.
Yeah, only you can decide that. So while she's deciding, quick, Andy, your turn.
Yeah.
I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton on Twitter. That's the best place to follow me. And follow me because my new DM's Guild product, Americall's Tome of Foes with Power Square RPG, aka Sean McGovern, will be out in the next week or 2, we hope. So look for that.
Yay! When it comes out, you better link it so I can find it, like on your Twitter.
I will. I will spam that link on Twitter.
My mic is slowly going. Can you see it?
And that's me on Twitter. Check us out on YouTube, God of Roads, twitch.tv/God of Roads. I'll be here again on Monday to run a a side adventure for Bar Crawl called That Son of a Bitch That Killed My Hippogriff. Where we find out what happened to Vinny last episode. And then
yes.
some other people. Zom will be joining us. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
How long until we get the crossover episode?
It'll happen at some
I'm
point.
waiting.
It will happen.
to try and explain to Vinny that he's rude.
Hopefully someone can. And then next
anyone.
week, on Friday, I'll be back here for another Zine Team stream. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow the Dice Camera Zine on Twitter at Dice Camera Zine. Posting lots of cool stuff. It's going to be real great. I think pre-orders start in May. So, yeah.
Awesome.
You also feel the need to point out that chat was also very upset at your cliffhanger.
Wait.
Very well done.
I don't understand what the problem is. You'll find out in 2 weeks what happens with the plant.
I don't want to wait that long.
It's so annoying because I also forget everything that happened last campaign, and I'm like,
A little bit of that too.
what are we doing?
Okay.
I try to go back and rewatch the end of the VOD so I remember.
That's what I usually do.
That's a lot smarter because I completely forgot that there was something that fell out of the sky.
I am on it. I've got a real book for notes now, so I'm taking all kinds of notes.
Congratulations, you're now the designated party adult.
I tried really hard. I got like a cheap version of a philo, and I've got different character sheets and stuff, and I wrote down notes for the first time. And my notes are Harkorn Bard, Mick, they sing the chain, they know like vampires, ? Smell like wet dog, walking to Melodica, fun starter.
Not the name of that town.
Where?
It is Melody.
It's Melody. Melodica's an instrument.
She's
I
deliberately wrote the names wrong because it's funny to her. Because I'm trying to write them in character, but it's just stupid.
Well, if you... I mean,
Neat
that is
priest
admirable.
named
Okay. You may not want to write them in character if you want them to be usable. I don't mean to... But yeah. No.
The broom possession. Possession is mushroom zombies.
Okay. Well, that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys later.
Don't forget, kids, possession is mushroom zombies. Bye.
Oh, God.